Hello, stories from the sheepfield on this lovely summer's day. Well, summer? What planet am I living on? It's the autumn. No, it's not. It's not even the autumn. I don't even know what season I'm in. It is springtime. It is April the 17th. And Pete and I have been out today. There he is, Mr. Pete. Pete, the sheep whispering king of the worms. Pete is deeply into the quality of our soil. And we know the quality of soil by the quantity of worms. So for him, everything is about worm counts. And that's not just what comes out of a sheep's bottom, but that's what's in your spade when you dig it in the ground. I wonder whether there isn't a spiritual metaphor there somewhere. But anyway, today, of all days, we dropped one of our good friends, Scott Stone. He's a great shepherd up here. He's busy lambing about 2,000 lambs because he's a bit like that. Anyway, Scott gave us one of his South Downs lamb stroke hoggets, which is for an event next week, which is being held in and around Chichester. And so we dropped that animal off. We dropped the sheep off at the abattoir, and we encountered a militant vegan protest at the entrance to the abattoir, where we were accosted by placard waving, banner waving, meat is murder, you are a murderer, slogans and chants and accusations. And it's interesting, isn't it, how doing this sort of work, people end up stereotyping you.
You fellow murderer, you.
We the murderers got accosted by the vegans today.
At the slaughterhouse.
At the slaughterhouse. And there is a sense where it was very interesting because we could have almost immediately, you're on the defensive. We're being accused of being murderers. So needless to say, that doesn't exactly solicit the kind of conversation or relationship building that you might want to have with people that you don't necessarily agree with. So anyway, after working our way through the blockade, helped by the policeman who was patrolling the protest, we dropped our animal off, and yes, it has gone to a family-run slaughterhouse, and it will be consumed by some people next week at a social function. And that animal has had a fantastic life, and yes, we do have the power of life and death over it. Big moral questions. But it was interesting for us, as we drove out, I gave one of the chief protesters my card, and I said to her, look, we can shout at each other and we can accuse each other on the grounds that we have a stereotypical idea of who the opposition is, or who the opposition might be, or even who our enemy might be. But it doesn't help dialogue, it doesn't help understanding, it doesn't build relationship, it doesn't help me to find out about you, and it doesn't help you to understand the context that we are operating in, because in so many ways we would agree on so many things. And yet on this one issue of local food, local business, local supply chains, local food resilience, etc., as opposed to agribusiness, supermarkets, mass market corporates, we would all be in agreement. So I've invited them to contact me and to go out for a discussion and have a proper discussion as civilized human beings. So anyway, sorry, Pete's just asked me a question. So anyway, so when we are, so these are our stories from the sheepfields from today. Not only being accosted by militant vegans, and they were actually, quite a number of them were pretty aggressive and nasty and rude and horrible, and yet We've got to reach out beyond the horrible, rude, nasty, sloganeering, binary debate. Can we reach out to people that we don't agree with and actually build a sustainable friendship, build a relationship with them? Therein, that is our Easter conundrum. The heart of new monasticism is the Easter conundrum. And anyway, that's the segue into some kind of spiritual thing. I'm going to leave it there because I've run out of nonsense to talk about. But anyway, we will be doing a bit more research on veganism and posting up over time. But anyway, speak to you soon on another bright sunny day. Love you lots. Bye.